We'll go ahead and get started when you're ready. We'll start by finding a nice tall spine. We'll close the eyes and we'll start to breathe together a little bit. We'll start with the box breath, meaning you find a count that works for you. Maybe it's 4 seconds for the inhale, then 4 seconds to hold the inhale, 4 seconds for the exhale, and 4 seconds to hold the air out. So 4 equal parts to make a box. So start with that 4 count, see if it works for you. Maybe you can make it even longer. So let your eyes just softly close. See if you can soften all that space around the eyes and the face where we hold a lot of tension. See if you can soften through the shoulders and the neck a little bit. Soften through the belly. Now really see how long you can make each of those equal parts. Maybe you can make it twice as long as you even thought possible. Really play with that. Just taking the tiniest little stream of air in, almost like you're not even breathing, to see how long you can make it last. If you find it distracting to count, you don't have to count. But you're just trying to make the equal parts, really just kind of to quiet your mind. But if you don't need that, and just the breath quiets your mind, you don't have to bother counting. So just continue your box breathing. Today we're going to focus on forgiveness. And I think sometimes when we hear that word, we assume it's about like somebody that did us wrong, like, oh, I have to forgive my dad or some big thing. But lately I've been thinking about it just in really, really minor, subtle ways, things we might not even realize we need to forgive. I think our natural state, I think we are supposed to be joyous and happy. And anytime we're not, there might be something just right underlying or under the surface that we need to forgive. Maybe it's just ourselves. So sometimes it's helpful to think about whatever it actually is that needs forgiven, but sometimes also just a general idea or energy of forgiveness can have that same effect. Especially if we're not quite sure. There's lots of subconscious little nuances that never make it out to our conscious mind or to the light. When they do, it makes it easier. Then we can directly confront them or forgive them right there. But just imagine each breath being a new chance to forgive whatever it is that's coming up, that's keeping you from that, feeling that joy of being. Or maybe you are feeling it. If you are feeling it and you're not feeling the need to practice forgiveness, you can also just let that kind of ripple out, just forgiving things yet to come, forgiving the world. Because that's actually what it means, is to give before, right? So before you even have a reason to have to let something go, you're just already saying it's okay. Letting the world and reality know that you accept it as it is. You hold no grievances. So let's just keep that in our hearts as we start to practice today. All right, see if you can keep a really deep, slow, rhythmic flow of air through the nose. Maybe still finding that pause between the inhale and exhale, maybe not quite as long. Let's come into a child's pose. You can have your knees together or apart. Bring the big toes together to touch. And let the center of your forehead rest right on your mat. Imagine you're breathing into that space behind the heart, filling up that whole cavity there. And on the exhale, softening through the shoulders, the neck. Lift your wrists up, coming up on tented fingertips, and open the shoulders a little bit more. Now slowly come up onto the hands and the knees and get a nice tabletop set up. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Try to stack the shoulders here. So keep rolling that right shoulder back a little more. And now maybe you reach around behind your back. Maybe you bring the back of your hand to the small of the back, or maybe you can even grab onto that left hip. Keep rooting down into the left hand to lift the heart. Keep rolling that right shoulder back. Find your breath. Now slowly release that arm, reach it straight up, and then we'll slowly thread the needle, bringing the right ear all the way down to rest, bringing that right shoulder towards the edge of the mat. Now walk your left hand forward a little bit here. Relax your head and your neck. Maybe still finding your box breath while we're on the floor. Maybe you come up onto those tented fingertips here, lifting the wrist up. Maybe finding a little movement feels good here, rolling back and forth a little bit. Now bring the left hand right on top of the right hand, interlace your fingers, and straighten into the arms, rolling that left shoulder back, finding a little twist here. Use the exhale to soften through the face and shoulders, settling in. And release. Use your left hand to slowly press yourself back up. Inhale, reach the right hand up, twist open, and come back to your hands and your knees. Inhale, slowly peel that left arm up to stack the shoulders, twisting the heart open. Maybe back of the hand comes to the small of the back. Maybe you reach around for that right hip. Root down into the right hand, lift up through the heart and twist open. Slowly peel that arm back up towards the sky and thread the needle. Left ear all the way down, left shoulder towards the edge of the mat, right hand walks forward. Maybe coming up onto those fingertips, lifting the wrist up, maybe finding a little movement. Bring your right hand on top of your left, interlace your fingers, straighten into the arms, rolling that right shoulder back. And release. Use your right hand to help press you back up. Inhale, left hand reaches up, twist open. And come back to your hands and your knees. Now keep your hips stacked right over your knees. Walk your hands forward like puppy pose. Maybe you can bring your forehead down to rest here. Maybe you want to roll the ankles out a little bit. After you settle in, maybe those wrists lift up, coming onto tented fingertips here, really starting to open the shoulders. Slowly come back up to your hands and your knees. Curl the toes under and lift up, downward facing dog. Press into the hands to lift those sit bones up and back. Let your head be heavy, maybe shake it out a little bit. Find your breath. Maybe even applying that same idea of forgiveness, just to tension in the body. Maybe instead of seeing that tension as something bad or negative, maybe you just kind of soften around it. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale to lift up halfway and exhale to fold. Let's do that 4 more times. Bring your hands onto your shins to shine your heart forward and lengthen your spine. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Draw the belly in and up out of the way and fold your body in half. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. See if you can find that 4 count inhale. As you shine the heart forward, press down into the feet. Feel your core engaged. See if you can take 4 counts to let it out as you draw the belly in and up and pull your head down towards the feet. Pull the shoulders up out of the ears. 2 more times. See how long you can make each one last. One more time. Find a little more length in the spine. Now slowly walk your hands forward into plank. And find that nice long line of energy from your heels all the way to your crown. Feel that heart shine forward as the shoulders wrap back, creating that external rotation of the upper arms. Feel the quads lift up off the knees. Feel the belly drawing in and up. See if you can imagine pressing your hands down into the mat to press yourself away from the mat. Keeping everything really strong and lifted here. Stay for 1 more breath. Rock forward onto the toes and slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Now interlace your fingers back behind your sit bones. See if you can glue the palms together. Roll the shoulders back. Draw the hands back, sliding them down your body to roll the shoulders back more. Now press into the feet and lift the heart up. Keep rolling the shoulders back and dragging the hands back a little further. Soften through the back of the neck and the face. Try to find the front of your core to help support your back here. Exhale, slowly lower down, hands under shoulders. Press back through child's pose. Curl the toes under and lift the knees just an inch or 2 off the mat and really fire up the core. Press into the hands, let the head be heavy. Lift the knees another couple inches. With each exhale, lift the knees a couple inches until the legs are slowly straightened into downward facing dog. But imagine you're lifting the sit bones up and back to lift the knees up.
Maybe you find straightness in the legs. Maybe you need to keep a little bend in the knees, but find that really nice long spine. Even if that means the knees stay bent, press into the hands and lift those sit bones up and back. Let the head stay heavy. Draw the shoulders out of the ears. Find your breath. Make it last a little bit longer, each breath. Slowly walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale to lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Grab your elbows behind your knees. Pull your head in to touch your legs. It's okay if your knees are deeply bent, but start to press into the feet. Pull the belly in out of the way. Maybe you're ready to start trying to straighten into the legs. And pull the head down towards the feet a little more. Softly draw the shoulders out of the ears. Release your arms, keep your chin tucked, bend your knees, inhale here. Press into the feet and slowly roll up. Let your arms and head stay heavy. Press into the feet more to lift the heart. Roll the shoulders back to shine the heart forward. Now keep the shoulders down. Step the feet out as wide as the mat and turn your toes out just a little bit. Inhale, arms up overhead. Squeeze your palms together. Find just a little tiny backward bend. Pressing the hands together to lift the heart up. Now bend into the knees and come down to a deep yogic squat. So sink your sit bones in a little bit. And then try to grab opposite knees for a second, just to help you kind of shine the heart forward and roll the shoulders back. And then bring the hands back into prayer and try to draw the thumbs in a little closer to the heart and really start to push the knees open here to open the hips. Also kind of squeezing the elbows with the knees to create a little resistance here. Feel your sit bones rooting down like they're heavily grounded. Feel the heart lifting up like it's really light. Find your breath. Now on the inhale, press into the feet, come all the way up, find a little backward bend, squeezing the hands together, lifting the heart up. On the exhale, sink back into that deep yogic squat. We'll stay here for one full breath. Inhale, shine the heart forward, roll the shoulders back, push the knees open. Exhale, just settle in a little bit here, softening through the face and shoulders. Next inhale, press into the feet, slowly like you're moving through water, come all the way up. Find that little backward bend. Exhale, slowly sink into those knees. Start to press them open. Take an inhale to lengthen and open the heart. Take an exhale to settle in a little more. What is it, buddy? You just trying to be on camera or did you hear something? Inhale, stand up. Press the feet down, lift the heart up. One more time, exhale, sink into that deep yogic squat. Stay for a breath, make it last a little longer. And now we'll interlace the fingers and just release the index finger, palms stay glued together. Reach your hands forward, lift your arms till they're parallel to the ground. Turn your toes forward, keep your knees stacked right over your ankles and lift your booty till your thighs are parallel to the ground. So your booty and your knees are the same height. Your whole body is touching your legs because everything's parallel to the ground now, okay? Your back, your neck, your arms, your thighs. See if you can squeeze your head with your nice straight arms and glue the palms together. Reach the fingers forward more. Draw the shoulders out of the ears. Press down into the feet. Fire up your core. Now lower the booty down to the ground and then lift it back up to the same height as the knees and reach the hands forward. Keep the hands reaching forward as you exhale to tap the booty down as close as you can get it to the ground. Press into the feet. Inhale back up. Same height as the knees. One more time. Lower it down. Lift it up, same knees, reach forward, lengthen out, press into the feet, come all the way up. Find a little backward bend here. And now grab onto your right wrist with your left hand. Step your right foot back behind you and drop over to the left just a little bit. Feel the heart lifting, face and shoulders softening. Come back up to center. Right hand grabs left wrist, left foot steps behind you. Drop over to the right now.
Slowly come back up, lower your hands to heart center. Keep them right here at the heart and really start to press them together more and feel like you're kind of prying the shoulders open. So maybe you can drop them down a little lower. Drop them as low as you can, but don't let the wrist start to come apart at the bottom. If it starts to come apart at the bottom, don't go quite that low, but go as low as you can, keeping them sealed together here, really pressing them together as hard as you can. Now feel that same motion of shining the heart forward to roll the shoulders back, pressing the hands together, press down into the feet, lengthen up through the crown. Now keep all that pressure and that resistance, but also find some softness here through the face, through the shoulders, kind of finding that like isolation of being able to engage certain muscles without creating unnecessary tension in the face and the shoulders. Lower the hands down, press into the feet, rise up. Exhale, swan dive, lengthen forward, press the feet down, engage your core, empty every last drop. Inhale, lift up halfway, shine the heart forward. Exhale, step back to plank and stay for 5 breaths. Find a little more length, find a little more strength. See if you can find stillness here, not moving the head or the eyes. See if you can find stillness in the mind as well. If that's not happening, maybe you start to count the seconds of the breath again. Pressing into the hands to lift everything a little bit higher. Rock forward onto the toes, slowly lower all the way down. Tuck the toes. Interlace the fingers, glue the palms together. Drag the hands back to roll the shoulders back. Press into the feet to lift the heart up. Sun through the back of the neck and the jaw. Keep dragging the hands back to open the shoulders more. And slowly release, hands under shoulders. Press back to child's pose. Curl your toes under. And slowly lift those knees and sit bones up towards the top back corner of your room. And then sink into the heels. Try to engage the quads and press them back. Soften through the ankles here. Press through the fingers and knuckles a little more. Like you're trying to kind of wrap the armpits towards your face. Like you're hollowing them out and wrapping them in towards the face to find that external rotation of the upper arms. See if you can find that internal rotation of the lower arms. Almost like you would turn your thumbs in towards each other, but you don't really let the hands move. But that same motion, like you're twisting a jar, thumbs in towards each other just a little bit. Really feel the arms fire up here, fire up the core. And now inhale, lift the right foot up high. Exhale, draw the right knee to the right shoulder. Keep pressing into the hands, arms stay straight and strong. Inhale, shoot it back up. Exhale, right knee, left shoulder. Inhale, shoot it back up. See how long you can make each breath still. Head is heavy, breath is deep. Exhale, right knee, right shoulder. Now see if you can lower that knee down to the wrist. Bring it back up to the shoulder. One more time, down to the wrist. Back up to the shoulder. Inhale, shoot it back up. Exhale, right knee, left shoulder. Lower it down to the wrist. Back up to the shoulder. Back down to the wrist. Back up to the shoulder. Shoot it back up. Three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Come on up, warrior one. So left heel spins out and down. So your knee is stacked right over your ankle. Bring your hands to your hips. Okay, we're trying to get the hips to face forward, all right? So you press the right knee forward, but you draw the right hip back, trying to get both those headlights facing forward. You can make that happen, all right? Maybe you can bend into the right knee more. Maybe you can get the right thigh parallel to the ground. Make sure that knee's tracking straight out over the second toe. Now press to the feet. You might notice the outside edge of your left foot's trying to peel up. Press it back down. Now feel the low belly drawing in and up. Lift the heart up, reach up out of the waist. Maybe you can bring your hands together, gaze up at the thumbs. Maybe you can reach up at the waist a little more, lifting the hands up another inch. Soften the shoulders down the back, soften through the face. Find stillness here. Keep pressing into the feet. Bring the hands to the heart. Keep lengthening through the spine as you start to tip forward, turn and twist to the right. Go outside the knee for leverage, and then just the heart towards the thumbs, maybe placing the thumbs in the center of the chest. If this is too intense of a twist or too hard to balance, you can come up on those back toes. But if you can't, keep that left heel down. You'll get a really nice twist here, okay? Inhale a little more length into your spine and the back of your neck. Exhale a little more softness through your face and shoulders. Twist your spine open by pressing the right hand down into the left hand to roll the right shoulder back. See how long you can make each breath. Make sure that knee is tracking straight out over the second toe. Press into the feet, come all the way back up like warrior one. Cartwheel hands down. Step the left foot forward, find a chair pose. Sink into your heels. Reach your hands forward and then up. Pull the belly in. Find an internal rotation of the thighs. So it's like you're pressing your feet into the ground, and then imagine you're like trying to spread the feet apart energetically, and see how that creates an internal rotation where the thighs are rolling in towards each other, really firing up the legs. Now bend the knees more, but really just by lowering the booty more. Don't let the knees pop forward. Keep them stacked over the ankles. Keep your chin parallel to the ground. Back of the neck is long but soft. Press into the feet, come all the way up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Now bring the right heel right up into the center line of your body, cupping your toes with your left fingers here. Let the right knee fall down. Bring your right hand to your heart. Now root down into the left foot, lift the left quad up off the knee. Press the hips forward and let that right knee fall back to open that hip. Keep lengthening up through the spine like a tree reaching for the sun. Use your exhale to soften through the face and the shoulders. Maybe your right hand reaches behind your back and you try to grab the big toe with the peace sign fingers of that right hand. One more time, root down into the left foot. Lift the left quad up. Press the hips forward. Let that knee fall back. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, soften through the face and shoulders. Find stillness here. If you can't find stillness in the mind, count the seconds of your breath. Keep your gaze fixed on something. Keeping your gaze and your breath steady will help you keep the mind steady. Yoga is supposed to still the fluctuations of the mind. And slowly release. Both your feet are together, press them down, inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands to heart center. And hands down by your sides. See how long you can make this inhale as you reach out and lengthen up. Press down into the feet, feel this hinge at the hips as you exhale to lengthen forward. Empty every last drop of air. Inhale, lift up halfway, shine the heart forward, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, chaturanga. So it's always optional, the vinyasa. You can just meet back in downward facing dog. Feel that motion of the heart shining forward to roll the shoulders back. So all of the little cues, they are important and they are helping us to find alignment in our body, but they're really just to give your mind all these things to do so there's no room left for the monkey chatter. So you don't have to worry if the shape is exactly how it's supposed to be. I mean, they are cues that will help you find alignment in our body, but they're really just designed to help us still the fluctuations of the mind. All right, if you're thinking about pressing the fingers and knuckles down and finding an external rotation of the upper arms, internal rotation of the lower arms, there's not a lot of room for that monkey chatter, right? Come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left foot up high. Exhale, left knee, left shoulder. Inhale, shoot it back up. Exhale, left knee, right shoulder. Inhale, shoot it back up. Exhale, left knee, left shoulder. Drop it down to the wrist. Back up to the shoulder. Inhale, shoot it back up.
Exhale, left knee, right shoulder. Drop it down. Back up. Shoot it up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, warrior one. Right heel spins out and down. Inhale, rise up. Press the left knee forward. Bring your hands to your hips. Draw the left hip back to bring the right hip forward. Get those headlights forward. Press the feet down, especially the outside edge of that right foot. Low belly in and up. Reach up. Find stillness. Find a little more length. Find a little more softness. See if you can make this breath last just a little bit longer. Bring your hands to your heart. Keep pressing the left knee forward. Keep lengthening through the spine as you tip forward. Turn and twist to the left. Hook the elbow outside the knee. Twist the heart towards the thumbs, maybe placing the thumbs on the center of the chest. If it's too intense or too hard to balance, come up on those back toes. Otherwise, keep pressing both the feet down. Press the left hand down into the right hand to roll the left shoulder back. Inhale, length into the spine and the back of the neck. Exhale, softness. Knees still tracking straight out over that second toe. Press down into the feet, come all the way up, warrior one. Cartwheel the hands down, step the right foot forward, find that chair pose. Drop a little more weight into the heels, reach forward and then up. Lower the booty, find that internal rotation. Maybe hands come together and you gaze up at the thumbs. Maybe you can reach up out of the waist just a little bit more. Stand up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Now we'll bring that left heel up into the center line. Cupping the toes with the right fingers, let the knee fall open. Bring the left hand to the heart. Now from the foundation up, press the right foot down into the ground. Like imagine growing roots down into the floor. Feel the right quad lifting up off the knee. Press the hips forward, let that knee fall back. See if you can grow a little taller. See if you can find a little more softness. If you want more, left hand comes around. Maybe you can grab that big toe with the peace sign fingers. If not, just grab the elbow here and start to work your way down. One more time from the foundation up. Plant your roots. Imagine growing a little taller like that tree reaching for the sun. And release. Step both your feet together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, lengthen forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, chaturanga, meeting back in downward facing dog. My boyfriend is planting azaleas and they're really, really pretty on our little pathway down to the outhouse. It's gonna be beautiful. We went to a good nursery in town. We went to town yesterday. It was the first time. I hadn't even left this year in weeks. I've only left here once since we got in a month. And we went into town, into Arcata, and went to his favorite little spot that has this garden nursery. And we were both just like kids in a candy store. Oh my God, if we had any money at all, we would spend it all at that place. These flowers and trees, these Japanese maples, we were seriously just like, oh, I want this, I want this. It's funny because I don't feel like that about much anymore. Yeah, you can come down to the knees. There's not a lot of things I just like want like that. Like when you were a kid, you know, there's so many things you're just like, I want that. But yeah, just like flowers and plants and trees. I'm like, I want all of it. Like if I had $10,000, I think I might spend a good 5 of it in a garden nursery. We got to learn how to do the grafting. We've been watching these videos about how you can just like splice certain things and take like a branch and like grow it. And, you know, because those trees are like hundreds of dollars, but we're going to do a little permaculture research and see what we can just graft. We took this little piece off a fig down the way and we planted it and it seems like it's going to grab on, but we need to do some research and learning about this stuff. Okay, let's see. We have a little bit of time left before the floor. Maybe we'll take a couple minutes to get upside down. Maybe you want to try a little headstand or handstand.
or maybe you just want to straighten the legs straight up towards the sky and get the same benefit of draining the blood out of your feet and your legs. See if you can come back to that box breath now. If your mind is starting to wander, count the seconds of your inhale, count all the parts of your box to stay right here. Okay, let's straighten the legs up towards the ceiling and squeeze them together. Press your hands down into the mat, palms face down. Now flex the feet, draw the toes back towards the face and really squeeze the legs together and press up through the heels more. Really fire up the legs. Now really slowly, like 20-second count, we're gonna start to lower the legs down towards the ground, really slowly. Keep squeezing the legs together and drawing the toes back towards the face. Pressing out through the heels, hugging everything into center line. Try to keep the shoulders down. We're only about halfway now. Chin is slightly tucked. Hands are pressing in. If this is tricky on your low back at all, you can slide those hands underneath your butt. If it's still tricky, just skip it, okay? Really firing up the front of the core to help the back here. Couple more seconds. And now keep the legs just a couple inches off the ground, hovering here. Now point the toes. Keep squeezing the legs together. And now flex. And point. And flex. Couple more times. All right, next time you flex, stay here. Lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. And then we switch. Keep everything drawing in towards center. Keep those toes drawing back towards the face. Keep pressing out through the heels. Shoulders pressing into the mat. Chin slightly tucked, but try not to create tension here in the face, the neck, the shoulders. Find your breath. See if you can pull the belly in a little more. But I am teaching yoga. What are you doing? You're crazy. What'd you catch? Okay, now both legs up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the legs together. Toes towards the face. Heels press up. Now lift the booty off the ground an inch or so and just keep pulsing like that, lifting through the heels. It's just a little movement, but see if you can do it slowly without a bunch of momentum. Just lifting the butt up an inch off the ground, really firing up that lower core. Ten more. And now find a happy baby. So you can either bring your arms on the inside of your legs and grab those big toes, or you can reach your hands around on the outside. Grab the outside edge of your feet here, but keep your arms on the inside of your knees. And then, yeah, maybe rocking side to side a little bit. If that created any tension in your low back, see if you can massage it out here. Now imagine you're like driving a big old bus, and instead of just rocking side to side, imagine you're holding the steering wheel and do the motion like you would actually turn the steering wheel and find that little swivel in your lower vertebrae. See if that feels good.
We'll stay for a couple more breaths. If you want to, you can grab onto the big toes with the peace sign fingers and straighten the legs out wide to the sides. Tuck the chin a little bit, draw the shoulders down into the ground. Now see if you can lower your booty down to the ground. Trying to get the whole spine flat on the ground here. Maybe here you rock around a little bit too. Stay with your breath. Hug your knees into your chest. Now, grab your elbows around your knees here. Tuck the chin a little bit. Pull the shoulders into the ground. Now try to get your whole spine flat on the ground here. Draw the shoulders down. Now act like you were gonna lower your feet down till they were flat on the ground. Obviously they don't move much because you're squeezing those knees in tight, but that motion, like you're trying to lower the feet down flat to the ground, should help you get the lower vertebrae and the butt down on the ground. Feel that, feel the whole spine flat on the ground here. Squeeze your knees in just a little bit more. And now let the left leg go long on the mat. Kick out through that heel. Draw the toes back towards the face. Interlace the fingers around the right knee and squeeze it in towards the right armpit. Squeeze the elbows in tight against the body. Tuck the chin a little bit. Pull the shoulders into the ground. Kick out through that left heel. So your right foot's relaxed, but your left heel is pressing out, toes drawing back, so that left quad is staying grounded and active here. Now pull that right knee in towards the armpit just a little bit more. Now bring the right arm straight out to the side, perpendicular to the body, palm face down. Use that left hand on the right knee to draw the knee all the way across the body into a spinal twist. See if you can bring that knee all the way down to the ground. Now gaze back over the right hand. If that palm face down doesn't work for you, just turn that palm to face up, all right? Relax through the shoulders. Now find your box breath. And really make something happen here. Settle in a little deeper. If your mind is wandering, find those equal parts of that box so you can stay right here. So imagine that just doing the stretch is not quite enough. There's another element, maybe even that forgiveness element, that can really allow you to go a little deeper, giving your body permission to really unwind. We hold all this tension because we think we need it to survive. I think without it, we might fall apart or disappear. See if you can give your body permission to let go of some of this tension. You won't disappear, I promise. The parts that disappear, you won't even miss. How about that? Slowly come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. How they look? Really awesome. Straighten the right leg out. Interlace the fingers around the left knee. Hug it in tight. Kick out through the right heel, lengthening from heel to crown. Squeeze the left knee into the left armpit. Squeeze the elbows into the body. And find a little more length, a little more softness. Find your box breath. So kicking out through the right heel, but left foot is relaxed, left ankle soft. Right quad activated to keep that right leg grounded. One more breath. Now left arm straight out to the side, palm face down if that works for you. Use the right hand to guide the knee all the way across the body. Gaze out over the left hand, relax the shoulders, and give yourself permission to let go here. Use your breath. So it's kind of like the opposite, actually, of like making something happen, but it still takes just as much focus, just to let go. And when you let go, something will happen. You'll feel it. You'll feel some of that tension leaving your body. Do you really need to do that right here, buddy? Can you take that somewhere else? Oh, don't. Oh, man. Those are nice kisses. Slowly come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Now we're going to roll it back into a plow pose. See if you can get the toes to touch the ground behind your head. Good job, buddy. If you don't need your hands on your low back, lower them back down to the mat. Maybe you can interlace your fingers back there, drawing your hands down into the mat. Maybe you can even glue your palms together back there. See if you can get the toes to touch the ground. If they're touching easily, see if you can walk them back a little further. Soften through the face, the neck, and the shoulders. Find that box breath, maybe 4 counts, maybe longer. Bring your hands to your low back, creating a shelf for your hips. Straighten your legs up towards the sky, trying to stack the hips over the shoulders and the feet over the hips. So you probably need to press your hips a little closer towards your face and draw the feet back away from your face to actually stack everything, just like you're standing on the ceiling here. Squeeze the legs together, reach up through the balls of the feet, and imagine lifting your feet up another inch to take some of the weight off the elbows. Find your breath. Slowly lower back into that plow pose and see if you can soften in just a little bit more. Soften through the neck and the face and shoulders. See how long you can make this breath last. Don't let your breath be restricted just because your throat's kind of crunched up. Lower your hands back down to the mat, press down into your palms, and as slow as you can go, lower 1 vertebrae at a time. Feel your spine coming back into alignment here. Maybe you feel some little micro adjustments happening. Once your booty touches the ground, keep squeezing the legs together and kicking out through the heels and slowly lower your legs all the way down to the ground. When your legs get to the ground, you can pop up into a fish pose, sliding the hands underneath of you, palms face down. Now press down into the elbows to lift the heart. Drop the head back like you're trying to reach the crown of your head to the mat. Squeeze your legs together, reach out through the balls of the feet. If it feels good, you can lift the feet up off the ground. So keep rooting down into the elbows to lift up through the heart. Soften through the face, the neck, the shoulders. Find your breath. And slowly lower back down. Hug your knees into your chest. Now, if there's any one last pose you would like to take, we're going to do a really nice long Shavasana tonight. But if there's any one more pose you need, go ahead and take it right now first. I'll help you. Oh. Okay, when you're ready, let's find that final pose, corpse pose.
If there's anything you need to do first, so you can really let go here, go ahead. If you need to check your phone, if you need to turn something off, go ahead and do it so that you can really give yourself permission to let go here in our Shavasana. All right, maybe you want to grab a blanket or a sweatshirt. I'm actually going to do that. All right, let your legs go long. Spread your feet as wide as the mat. Let your toes fall open. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Close your eyes. And see if you can find that feeling, that frequency of forgiveness. Maybe something specific comes to mind that you can extend it to. Or maybe you can just kind of extend it out in all directions to all things, big and small. So now we let go of controlling the breath. And we let go of controlling anything. And even though it's kind of the opposite of trying to make something happen here, it takes just as much focus to let go. I don't know if focus is the right word because it's kind of the opposite of that. But see if you can sense that feeling of letting go. You might be able to feel it more on the inhale. Like that little sense that you're kind of floating up. Imagine that there's a whole nother layer or level of unwind waiting for you after this next exhale. And give yourself permission just to melt. Feel your body get heavy and start to liquefy into the mat. Invite a deeper breath back into your body. And before you start to invite any movement back, invite the joy of being to come back with that movement. And as you start to move, feel it as that. Feel the sensation of moving, the sensation of having a body as the joy of being. When you're ready, we'll slowly roll onto either side. Chip's protecting me from mosquitoes. He's jumping in eating them in the air, and not one has stung me, so he's doing a really good job. Or bit me. I don't know. Do they bite or sting? When you're ready, slowly drag yourself back up to a seat. So just let your head be heavy, let your eyes stay closed, and just slowly come on up to find that nice tall spine again. Inhale the arms up overhead. Squeeze your palms together. Bring your hands down to the forehead for good, clear thoughts. Bring your hands down to your lips for good, clear communication. Bring your hands down to your heart for good, clear intentions. Let your head bow to your heart. Lift the thumbs to the space above the eyebrows. Take a moment to thank yourself for coming. The light in me honors and sees the light in you. When we are in that place, we are one. Namaste. You're